So, Jeff and Eva here, good morning to you both.
Hello.
How are you?
Great to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. You're always here, Jeff. Sure. So you're here to talk to us about the British and Irish film season, which is starting today.
It is indeed.
Yeah, we've got a great lineup this year. This is the fifth year we're having it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a total of 14 feature films
Excellent.
from Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, and we've got a short from the Isle of Man.
Oh, brilliant. And it's a fantastic lineup this year. We're just looking through it and chatting a little bit off air about it. There's some really great films coming up. But we'll talk about the season itself and, of course, the festival itself. You say it's in its fifth year this year.
Yeah, this is something that's grown, obviously, over the last number of years. Last year, in particular, we had almost a 60% increase in people coming to see the films. And that was primarily because we were able to invite a number of special guests. Special guests, I mean by actors, directors, producers, scriptwriters, etc. And this, in turn, is based upon the collaboration that we've had with not only the Edinburgh International Film Festival that happens each June, but the Galway Film Fleadh that happens each July.
Excellent.
And that's where Eve comes in.
Yes, I met Jeff there in July and followed up with an email and said, I love Irish film, how will I come over and help you? So
brilliant.
I've been here since last Sunday and I follow through to next Sunday. So.
Excellent. And what have you been doing and what was your role in this whole thing?
Just helping out Jeff with the programme and taking care of all the social media side of things and just being a general support, I like to think so anyway.
No, Eve's been a great help, and certainly from the social media perspective, knows it from a different perspective than I have, and is much closer to maybe the younger generation here as well. And if you go on to the Facebook page and the Twitter handle as well, we've been very, very active, and we're actually building this up now, so that over the next 2 weeks it's going to be quite interesting indeed.
Well, let's talk about what people can go and see then over the next couple of weeks, because it is a fantastic lineup. Week one in particular has got some great movies in there. I See a Dangerous Game, which we've got tickets for, I believe. A Practical Guide to Spectacular Suicide. I don't know that movie. What's that one about? It's
done by a group of students in Scotland. It premiered in the Edinburgh Film Festival. That's where Jeff saw it. And it's obviously about suicide, and it's like a black comedy really. But it's done, as I said, by students, and so it's for a younger generation. So it's kind of shaking the taboo, and it's giving us a chance to talk about it and for it not to be a thing that needs to be hidden away and something vocal. And so it's a really nice way of addressing it by students, for students, but obviously it has appeals to a large market. So
okay, cool. And that's a Scottish film that you saw.
Yeah, and we have the director coming up for that.
Fantastic. I see Calvary is on as well, which is an absolutely fantastic movie. Deals with, I guess, some sort of similar ideas and things, that there are difficult things to talk about. People don't want to talk about them. And things like that, but it's brilliant.
It is a
really,
beautiful
really good
film, and it sets Ireland up beautifully as well. So it's definitely worth going seeing, especially if you miss home.
For the people, the listeners that may not know, this is starring Brendan Gleeson, and it's sort of a follow-up to The Guard. Not in exactly the same vein, but related to it.
Yeah, it's certainly one that you'd file next to on your DVD collection.
Definitely.
It's a really, really great movie, and if people just check out the trailer for it and don't miss that one, because it's really, really good. And what's interesting as well is that you've got Unbruntonous, which is an Irish film, but filmed in the Irish language. So what can you tell us about that?
It's filmed in the west of Ireland by Northern Irish director and writer. So it's set in the west of Ireland. It's a Celtic noir. That's what we're calling it. And it's completely in Irish, and it's got quite a bit of Polish influence in it as well.
Okay.
So it's just talking about the west of Ireland and the problems it's having, and the economical problems and the drug problems, and it's again quite funny in parts. It's it's easy to watch. It's not a heavy film, but it's very beautifully shot. It sets up the west of Ireland absolutely beautifully, but different to Calvary, a bit darker, a bit rainier, but it's absolutely beautiful film. It's really, really worth getting out and watching and supporting an Irish language film, which is so rare, and it's actually gone forward now for the Irish Best Foreign Language for the Oscars.
Oh, excellent. So
anyone who can get out and support it, it's definitely worth it.
And it's subtitled in English.
Subtitled in English. And an interesting story as well. It's about fishermen. Is it a rescue see rescue people who find an empty boat but find loads of drugs on it, basically, and then decide what to do with it.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly.
So that film is on Thursday. So what else have you got coming up? Noble, we were talking a little bit about off air, which is about Christina Noble, the charity worker. Yes,
that's going to be a great screening. And on the Wednesday the 1st, it's going to be a big screening with the director coming along for Q&A after, so that's definitely worth getting out and seeing. Well,
you've got a huge lineup of fantastic films in there. Some of the ones that we mentioned. Locke is another brilliant movie that people should see. Pride is one that people should definitely not miss, I think. And but let's talk about some of the guests that you have coming over. You mentioned you have the director of Noble coming.
Yeah, there's a number of films that we've got, as we say, special guests coming over. But first of all, this evening we're kicking off 7 o'clock at Utopolis with Hector and The Search for Happiness. This is starring Rosamund Pike and Simon Pegg, Tony Collette and others in it. So really looking forward to that, and to give us it's a high tempo start to the film season. Most of the other films are being shown at Cine Utopia in Limpotsburg, with just the 1st of October screening of Noble with the director there at Utopolis in Limpotsburg. So the guests, the special guests coming over, apart from me speaking tonight, but we won't talk about that. We've got the director of A Practical Guide to Spectacular Suicides, or the producer of that, coming over on Saturday. On Sunday, we've got, by Skype, we've got the director of A Dangerous Game. Dangerous Game is a documentary about...
That's a fantastic book.
About Donald Trump and his influence in trying to set up these golf resorts.
Yeah, it's the follow-up to You've Been Trumped, which was released about 2 years ago, was it? Or
yes,
so? Yeah.
So, by the same filmmaker as well. So it's not just really from the perspective of the locals and the environmentalists, it's really about democracy and about the elected leaders doing one thing where the locals maybe want to do something else. And this addresses not only what is happening in Aberdeen, but Reno in the US, in Doonbeg and Clare in Ireland, but particularly in Dubrovnik in Croatia as well. So it's not just a film festival for British and Irish people. We've also got the trip to Italy with Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, so we've got some Italians coming along to that as well. So it really is, like what we do in Luxembourg, very international. On the aspect of other guests coming over, on Wednesday the 1st, we've got the director of Noble coming over, and he'll be participating in a Q&A afterwards. And then on Thursday, we've got 2 young actors coming over for The Light of Day. This is what we call a mockumentary. So on that day, we've got Poison Pen, which is originally written by Owen Colfer of Artemis Fowl fame, but then also edited by Graham Cantwell, who came over as one of the guests last year for one of his films, The Coldback Queen. So he edited the Poison Pen. There's a link to last year as well. And then The Light of Day, we've got 2 of the young actors, Lorna Larkin and Jack Hickey, coming over. And these are within what we call our Shooting Stars programme. Okay. So this is what we've started this year because, like a couple of years ago, we had, for example, the film What Richard Did. This is a film by Lenny Abrahamson. And in that, we had a young star called Jack Rayner. Since that, he has gone on to Hollywood and he's starred in the recent Transformers film.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Shooting Stars, so this is where we get the opportunity here in Luxembourg to see independent film productions where in the future, in a year or 5 years' time, whatever, we're going to see hopefully some of these young stars now in the big screen. And
this film, The Light of Day, it really does sound like something that is right up our listening street. Could you tell us a little bit about the plot?
It's absolutely hilarious. It's one of my favourite films in the programme, to be honest. It's another one, as you said, Shooting Stars. So it's again done by Filmbase, which is a student film run organisation in Dublin, in Ireland, and it's a mockumentary. It's kind of behind the scenes of them making a vampire film. Okay. It is absolutely hilarious. There is a lot of belly laughs. It's quite a raw film. It's not clean cut or high production or any of this. It's really beautiful to watch, a really good independent film, and outside of Ireland as well. It's excellent. Definitely, I think it's probably my top pick, to be honest. It's very, very good.
So if people are to find out all about it and find out what is on and where can they go and how can they do that?
Yeah, well, can I say, Sam, you're asking me about the special guests on the closing ceremony for the closing screening. of Castles in the Sky, which is about the development and the creation of radar just in time for the Battle of Britain. It's a very melancholy film, but we've got a couple of fantastic guests coming to that. I can't say more at this point.
All right,
but,
intriguing.
This is just going to be absolutely incredible. We're really looking forward to it. So it's not as if we're starting on a high point and just seeing out the film festival. We are really
building up to something.
Really building up.
Excellent. So if people keep an eye on social media, will there be any hints or?
There'll be lots.
Lots of hints. Okay,
Lots
well,
of hints.
do
Worth following and liking.
like on Facebook and follow on Twitter. Exactly. So people want to find out though the listings. Where do they go?
The website, which is www.bifilmseason.lu, and on that website you can find out not only about the synopsis of the films, the directors and actors, but also the trailers. You can also book a season special ticket, which is 25 euros, will get you into 5 films.
Very good.
Or you could just go on the day or online utopolis.lu and buy a single screen ticket for €8.80.
Very good. That's great value. And of course, like you say, 25 euros for 5 films is really good because there's
easily 5 films.
Easily 5 films that you should go and see in this lineup. So that sounds great. So bifilmseason.lu, and on Facebook it's the same, or what is it?
It's British and Irish Film Season.
British and Irish Film Season on Facebook and on Twitter.
It's at BIF 2014.
Excellent. Well, go follow that and like on Facebook, and do check out the screenings because there are really some fantastic movies from all around the British Isles. So thank you very much for joining us, and I will see you definitely at some of these screenings.